Good morning, everyone. So this is Farman Ali, and today I have to discuss about one important topic, that is letters. So firstly, we have to understand that why there is a need of this form of communication. So communication, as we all know, that it is a two-way process by which we exchange our ideas. सो दैट दे आर द डिफरेंट वेज टू कम्युनिकेट, है ना. तो अगर हम कम्युनिकेट करते हैं किसी पर्सन से आपका, सो इट कैन बी डन ओरली ऑल्सो और इट कैन बी डन इन अ रिटन फॉर्म ऑल्सो. सो अर्लियर दैट पीपल यूज टू राइट लेटर्स बिकॉज दैट दे डिड नॉट हैव सो मच मनी एट दैट टाइम. पहले क्या होता था कि दैट ज़्यादातर लोग जो हैं वो अपने लेटर्स के थ्रू क्या करते थे, दे यूज़ टू कम्युनिकेट, है ना. वो अपने रिलेटिव से आपका या फिर कहीं भी किसी गवर्नमेंट ऑफिस में आपका कुछ भी भेजना होता था आपका, या दे वांटेड टू नो समथिंग. सो एट दैट टाइम दे यूज़ दिस फॉर्म ऑफ कम्युनिकेशन. सो करेंटली दैट वी ऑल्सो यूज़ दिस फॉर्म कम्युनिकेशन, बट आज के वक्त में अगर हम देखते हैं, सो इट इज़ मोस्टली यूज इन द formal situations. So what are formal situations? So formal situations are those where there is certain rules and regulations which we have to follow. Like if we write something टू द ऑफिसेज, है ना. सो अगर हम किसी ऑफिस के लिए कुछ लिख रहे हैं आपका, वी आर राइटिंग समथिंग टू द एनी गवर्नमेंट डिपार्टमेंट ऑल्सो, एट दैट टाइम वी ऑल्सो यूज़ दिस फॉर्मल लेटर्स. सो इफ़ वी हैव कंप्लेन, सो इफ़ यू वांट टू कंप्लेन, इफ़ यू वांट टू रेज द इशू, अगर हम किसी इशू को रेज करना है आपका, सो समटाइम्स वी यूज़ द न्यूज़पेपर्स कॉलम ऑल्सो, so that we can highlight the issue which we want to raise through this, ठीक है, लेटर फॉर्मेट. सो नाउ दैट यू हैव टू कम टू द लेटर फॉर्मेट, दैट व्हाट इज़ द फॉर्मेट विच वी हैव टू यूज़ इन फॉर्मल लेटर्स. सो यू कैन लुक इन दिस दैट व्हाट इज़ गिवन इन दिस. सो दे आर द फ्यू थिंग्स विच यू हैव टू कीप इन माइंड. तो आपको कुछ चीज़ें आपको बहुत ज़्यादा, है ना, केयरफुली देखनी है, that these are the certain things which you have to mention in the formal letter. So one is the sender address. So sender address means that the person who is writing a letter to anybody, so that person can be officer also, that person, है ना, that can be a department also or the principal also. So we have to mention the address that from where दिस लेटर हैज़ कम. तो वो कहाँ से आपका आया है लेटर आपका. सो वी हैव टू जस्ट मेंशन द सेंडर्स एड्रेस ऑल्सो एट द टॉप. So at the top we have to mention the sender's address. Thereafter we have to just leave a space and then mention the date on which we are sending this letter or writing this letter. So we have to write that date. तो जिस डेट को हमने इसको लिखा है आपका और वी आर सेंडिंग इट, सो वी हैव टू मेंशन दैट डेट. सो thereafter we have to leave a space also, little bit, means one line space. Then write the receiver's address. Means receiver's address means the person whom we are writing this letter, the person who will receive this letter. So we have to mention the address. So it can be reached there very easily by this address, so that we are writing to a particular person or the department, so that it can be easily, ठीक है, अंडरस्टैंड दैट, है ना, दिस ये लेटर जो है आपका वहाँ पर जाना है आपका. देन व्हाट वी डू, then thereafter we have to raise the issue in the subject of the letter. So subject should not be so lengthy, it should be short, so that anybody can understand that what is this about. तो ये जो लेटर है आपका वो किसके बारे में आपका, so we can easily judge by this only. Thereafter what we do, so we have to use sir or ma'am also. So we do not know that that person is sir or ma'am. So what we do, so we can mention both, like sir oblique ma'am, so that person can easily understand that, है ना. So it is for both, anybody can be at that place, कोई भी इंसान उस जगह हो सकता है. It can be a male also, it can be a female also. Thereafter what we do, so we have to just think about the body. So body is the main part in which we raise the issue or we write something, means which we want to communicate to that person whom we are सेंडिंग दिस लेटर. तो जिस पर्सन को हम ये लेटर सेंड कर रहे हैं आपका, सो जो भी हमारा, है ना, इन्फॉर्मेशन है आपका या जो भी हमारा इंटेंशन है आपका, सो वी हैव टू हाईलाइट दैट इन द बॉडी पार्ट. सो इफ़ यू विल सी द बॉडी पार्ट, सो इट इज़ ऑल्सो डिवाइडेड इनटू द three parts. So why it is divided into three parts? This is divided to make him or her understand that what is this letter about. तो ये लेटर आपका किसके बारे में आपका, so that is highlighted in the first part. So firstly what we have to do that for what purpose we are writing this letter. तो in the first paragraph में हम करते क्या हैं that we write the intention that this is the purpose for which I am writing this letter to you. तो इस लेटर को हमें लिखने का मकसद क्या है आपका. So we have to mention that in the first paragraph. Thereafter that in the paragraph 2 that what we have to do, so we have to mention the different kind of problems or the situations which are happening because of this issue which I am writing in the first पैराग्राफ. तो फर्स्ट पैराग्राफ में जो आपका मेन इंटेंशन जो हम देखें कि जो प्रॉब्लम है आपका, सो रिगार्डिंग दैट वी हैव टू राइट ऑल द थिंग्स. नाउ कम टू द थर्ड पैराग्राफ. So in the third paragraph we have to give the suggestions also and we expect something from the person whom we are writing this letter. तो जिस इंसान को हम लिख रहे हैं आपका, so we give some kind of advice or suggestion also and we expect something from them also that they will take some actions in this. So in this way you can see that we have divided the body in the three parts. So in one we are writing the purpose and the second one we are writing all the related problems which are because of that issue, okay, which is given in the first one. Now come to the third that we give the suggestions which are required at that time so that any problem can be resolved very easily. Now you can see after that what we write. So we have to write our name also, but before that name we have to use the complementary closing. So complementary closings कौन कौन सी होती हैं आपका, that your truly, your sincerely, your faithfully. So these are the different complementary closings which we write at the bottom of the body. तो body के नीचे हमें ये चीज़ mention करनी होती है and thereafter we have to write the name of ours. तो the person who is writing this letter, that person has to write his or her name and whatever the designation he or she has. तो जिसका भी कोई designation है आपका, so that person has to mention that so that person can easily understand that who is this person who has sent the letter. तो जिस person ने इस letter को send करा है, so that person can easily judge by this also. So this is the format which we have to follow whenever we write formal letter, means to any official person or to any offices. So you can see that how many parts of this formal letter. So there are the 8 parts which we have to write. If you can write sender's address, date, receiving editor's address also, and the subject also, salutation and complimentary closing and the sender's name also, so that can also give you half marks if you are not writing a good body of the letter.